Hello, welcome to another edition of AM Quincy. Today we're learning about the Bar Association of Norfolk County, and we're doing that from its Executive Director, Jackie Fagone, and also from Attorney E. Pamela Salpoglous. Ladies, welcome. Thanks for joining us on the show today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to be here.
Yeah, it's very nice to have the Bar Association here. I'm glad that Jackie, actually, you reached out, to come in and talk about the association, because it's something that I've heard about only through your free legal clinics that take place across the county. But I always wondered, what is a Bar Association? What is its purpose? What is its mission? Who are these folks, that are doing all these free legal clinics? So here's a great opportunity to learn.
Well, thank you very much.
Sure.
The Norfolk Bar Association was founded in 1797 and said to be the oldest bar association in the Commonwealth. The objectives of the association are to further the cause of justice, to sustain and improve the law and its administration, to ensure conformity to a high standard of professional duty, to make the practice of law efficient in the administration of justice, and to promote the professional, educational, and social interests of the bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Short, sweet.
Short and sweet.
But very purposeful.
Yes. And as the executive director, I am mostly involved in the latter part of that statement, the professional, educational, and social interests of the bar, organizing their programs and events.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How many members now in the association?
We have about approximately 400 members.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And how is that compared to, say, 10 years ago?
On the lower side,
It
I
is,
think, unfortunately, COVID has, done, a disservice to a lot of nonprofits, particularly smaller ones. But we're working to get that up. I am new to the association.
Oh.
I started. It'll be a year in December.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm very happy to be here, and now that hopefully you have COVID behind us, we'll look and get some folks that may have lapsed their membership to come back on board. But we have a great core of members who are very faithful to the association.
What prompted you to join?
Well, it's always been an interest of me,
Really?
the law, and it fit into my my schedule and my life situation, and so interviewed and just decided it was a good thing to do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how has the experience been?
It's
for
been
you?
terrific.
Really?
It's been terrific. Getting to know certain people here is it's wonderful to work with them.
Sure.
And she's been doing a great job.
Ah,
It hasn't been easy to navigate through COVID.
I am sure, Pamela.
And she's done a really wonderful job in ensuring that our members get access to volunteer opportunities as well as educational opportunities and, of course, social activities.
How about yourself, Pamela? How long have you been a member?
So that's a really good question. I don't know, a
Okay.
very, very long
Really?
time. And I've been volunteering at the legal clinics for approximately a decade now.
Wow.
And before that, I took advantage of the Bar Association's opportunity to meet other lawyers through their legislative breakfast meetings or their annual holiday party, which is one of the best in the Commonwealth.
Nice.
So it's been a really great networking opportunity
Sure.
as well as the learning opportunity, because I've got to meet a lot of attorneys that I never would have been exposed to.
Sure.
So I'm a litigator and I practice in the district and superior courts. I don't run into bankruptcy court lawyers
Oh, okay.
or probate lawyers. And being at the bar has given me an opportunity to make really long-lasting friendships. And I love this organization so much that I was its president back in 2017, 2018.
Wow, a great spokesperson,
Yes.
Jackie, for the
Yes.
association. I think it's I think people assume, I did at least, that every attorney is a member of a bar association. Not true, right?
Not
You
true at
don't-
all,
don't have to be, yeah.
unfortunately. And I don't know why, as an attorney, you wouldn't take advantage of the opportunity to learn more about your profession, as well as just, again, socializing, networking, and having an opportunity to meet with clerks, judges, and other members of the organization who are just not only lawyers, but members of the community and the court system
Sure.
community.
Court clerks, magistrates, right?
Right, exactly.
Even members of the, sheriff's department.
Indeed, yes.
In fact, our current sheriff was a former past president, Pat McDermott.
Okay.
And particularly for sole proprietors, who don't really have an opportunity to meet folks.
Oh,
you know,
so
if you
someone
have a
has their own law,
small-
law practice, you mean?
If you have a small office,
Yes,
you know,
yeah.
not everybody is in a big firm.
Right,
you
sure,
know,
yeah.
So it gives it another avenue to get out.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who can be a member, Jackie, and how does that happen?
If you are past the bar and a lawyer in good standing, you can become a member, and you pay your membership dues. You can be a member.
Okay.
Yes, you don't need to be strictly in practicing within the county of Norfolk.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Oh.
yes, you can be. You know, you're in Suffolk, Middlesex. It doesn't matter wherever
Oh,
you can be.
okay.
Yes, and quite often attorneys are members in one or more.
Multiple, yeah.
Indeed.
Interesting.
Yes.
Does every county have a bar association?
Should have one, and there are specialty bar associations as well. And there's the state one, the Mass Bar Association. So typically, most lawyers belong to their local affiliation and then the state
The state
one.
as well.
Yes.
Okay. And are there requirements for a member? What are the requirements? I guess responsibilities or duties of a member.
There really are none.
Okay.
You have to be an attorney in good standing
Okay.
and to pay your
And pay
membership
your dues.
dues.
Okay. And
That's
the rest
it.
is up to you.
That's it,
as to
yes.
How much or how little you.
Absolutely. Of
Yeah.
course, we'd like everyone to be as involved as they can.
Sure, yeah.
We do offer different programs,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so that people can, you know, get their feet wet in, you know, different ways. But there are, other than that, no requirements.
Can we talk a little bit about those programs and
Certainly.
some of the different programs that the association offers? Yeah.
Sure. Well, the big one is the legal clinic.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and-
That's huge.
It is
Yeah.
huge, and Pamela can speak more to that.
Great.
Oh, sure. So the legal clinics I'm really proud to be a part of. They are conducted on the first Tuesday bi-monthly. They alternate between the Quincy District Court as well as the Dedham District Court.
Okay.
Our next one is coming up on October 4th at the Dedham District Court.
Okay.
They run from 6 to 8 p.m. and they are staffed by volunteer lawyers from our organization. And would you like me to explain the typical procedure?
Absolutely, please.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you'll come into the courthouse
Yep.
and you'll fill out a very small, short questionnaire. We'll get basic demographics on you, where you live, and what type of legal concern or question you have that evening. And we'll also ask you to fill out a small financial form. And although we don't discriminate against anyone based on income, we prefer to assist people who have limited access to legal
I
resources.
see. Okay.
But once you've filled that out, you'll be assigned to an attorney. And we generally have attorneys there who run the gamut. We've got real estate lawyers, lawyers who do landlord-tenant law, bankruptcy law, workers' comp cases, personal injury, employment, criminal cases, civil cases, cases in small claims court, cases that involve restraining orders, you name it, we've generally got a lawyer that's available for you that evening. And if we don't, what we'll do is we'll have you call and speak with Jackie the next day at the association, and she can give you a referral to one of our lawyers who pays to be on the lawyer referral service panel.
Oh, I see.
And so
Okay.
those lawyers generally hold themselves out as experts in their field and will refer you to them.
Okay.
But once you've met your lawyer, you'll be taken into a small courtroom or a private room within the courthouse where you'll meet with the attorney. It's completely confidential.
Really?
And you will sit there for about 10 minutes explaining your concern or your question to the attorney. The attorney will flesh out information for you to make sure that we can get a good enough legal analysis of your case. And then we'll spend about 5 to 10 minutes with you going over legal strategy, document preparation, just giving you some basic information about the legal process, or whether you do have some obligations or some responsibilities in that particular question that you have. So it's a really informal but yet highly effective program because it's in person.
Yes. Yeah.
And most of the other bar associations that I'm aware of do this over the phone, but doing it in person is just really special because people tend to speak a little more freely,
Yep.
and there's just that human interaction. So although we're helping people, I think our clients are helping us at the same time.
Really? How so, Pamela?
Because it's very gratifying.
Okay.
For me, filling out a small claims form or explaining a motion to remove a default judgment is very easy.
Yeah.
But for someone who's not experienced in doing this, it's terrifying, literally
okay.
terrifying, because think about it, most people's interactions with the court system are at the worst points of their lives.
True.
They're
Yeah.
being sued, they've been defrauded, they're in a divorce, a death in the family,
Right.
so it's nerve-wracking to begin with, but then filling out forms and understanding procedure, it can be overwhelming.
Yes.
So for me, helping somebody is just really beneficial.
So these are private, these are one-on-one?
Yes.
So it's not like a group setting, it's a
No, it's
face-to-face
you're getting
one-on-one?
customized, personalized treatment
Yeah.
for your legal specific question.
No appointment at all for these? Just show up?
You just show up, first come, first serve.
Wow. And can the client then hire that attorney that they met with that evening if they so choose? I mean, I would assume there'd be a relationship that would develop right away.
Well, yes, I generally don't like to take on those clients. We do try to do this strictly as a pro bono
Okay.
matter.
Okay.
Some attorneys will take on a client that comes in that evening and do the case pro bono, but most people refer them back to their own attorney or to other attorneys that could be retained,
Okay.
or to other legal organizations like the Greater Boston Legal Services to get free representation if they qualify.
I see, okay. These attorneys are providing this service as a volunteer, right? They're not being compensated for this.
Not
This is
at
their
all.
giving of their time.
They're giving
and
up
their
their
expertise.
time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We do have a rule of professional conduct.
Yes.
That is this Rule 6.1, and it does require us to do 25 hours of legal service,
Okay.
or pay a small fee to a bar association
Okay.
in lieu of doing service. But for me, I can only speak for myself, I find it incredibly gratifying.
You look forward to it.
I do,
Yeah.
and I've been pretty consistent in going because I just get as much as I give.
Yeah, it's a great service. It really is. As you say, for somebody maybe for the first time, having to deal with the legal system, to be able to at least sit down in front of somebody in their field and at least get the basics. So people coming should bring, I'm guessing, a pen and paper.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else that they need to bring with them?
Well, if they have their documents relating to a case, that's really helpful for us to review quickly.
Yep.
And if we can assist them in filling out some forms, those forms should be brought to the clinic as well, and we're
Okay.
happy to do those with them.
Okay.
Yes.
Any form of identification would be required?
No.
No. Okay.
None whatsoever.
Wow. Jackie, it's a great service.
It is a great
Yeah.
service.
How many folks would you say typically show up at these?
Well, I would like to mention that the clinics have been held for at least the past 25 years.
Yes.
And even during the pandemic,
Yeah.
when, of course, the courts were closed, they were call-in. And
Okay.
we had the attorneys that were answering the calls
Okay.
to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get many calls in the office, folks wanting to prepare themselves.
Yes.
And I give them the same advice that Pamela has given to, bring whatever paperwork that you can
Yep.
and to prepare them. And the comments and the feedback that I get from folks they're very, very appreciative.
Yeah.
Yes, it really takes the worry out of a lot of situations when folks can be very intimidated. Yeah.
Knowledge is power, right?
Yes,
Information is
yes,
power,
for
yeah.
sure.
If you have
Absolutely.
questions or fears, that's the best way to overcome them, right? Is to
Absolutely.
learn about them, yeah.
Yes.
Do you ever hear from folks after, say, their case has been settled, and they're on the other side? And
I will hear from folks. They'll call back and say that they had attended one,
Yes.
and some folks will have referred some friends or family members.
Yes.
Because they've gotten so much out of it. So yeah.
yeah, that's great.
Yes.
Super. What other programs do you have?
So the Bar Association is involved in, it's called the ADR program, the Adult Dispute Resolution. and it is through the courts. And this is also another pro bono program that the attorneys that are involved. And when it's family matters that are having difficulty being resolved in the courts, to help with the freeing up a docket and helping, they will be sent to this program. And a large part of my job is working with this program and managing it. And there are pro bono attorneys who go through an 8-hour training to become trained conciliators. And they are then matched with the case, and they meet with the parties, the attorneys and the parties, and again, pro bono, and they help to resolve the issues so that it frees up the court time.
Yes.
And it's a huge beneficial, to all the parties involved. And right now we have over 60 trained conciliators that are part of the program.
So they would be referred outside of the probate court? So this would be separate from that? Is that?
No, it's it is ordered from the probate court.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yes.
I would think those would be some of the most difficult cases that an attorney would have to deal with, because you're dealing with family and personal matters.
Yes, and some are much more complicated than others.
Right,
But you can pretty much assume that if it's gone to conciliation, then it's already not resolved.
Yes. Okay.
So there are issues, and folks go. It's a tough time.
I would, custody issues, I'm sure, and
yes, parenting plans and schedules,
yeah.
division of assets,
competency issues.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
They're angels, those folks.
Yes, and you have the attorneys that are part of this program that are coming in, and they are, unbiased. They don't know any of the parties, and they're coming in and trying to bring, reason and getting folks to agree.
Yeah.
And making it the best for all parties.
Yeah.
Yes.
You mentioned Sheriff McDermott. Of course, he was probate. Before that, probate clerk. Before that, during the pandemic, he said that was especially challenging to deal with issues like that, because you really want face-to-face personal interaction when you're dealing with family issues, and they couldn't do it.
Yes, it was difficult. They did do via Zoom.
Okay.
They did do that. But being in person is just, there's no comparison.
Right, exactly.
So, but everybody's back. But there, I believe Zoom's here to stay.
Oh, I think you're right.
And certain
and it has a place.
And most certainly, and getting everybody to get together and in one place can be very trying. With work and children's schedules and the attorney's schedules. So being able to sit in front of your computer, makes it doable.
Yeah. They can't deny the convenience
No, you
factor.
cannot.
Especially in these New England winters that we're coming into. Weather's another issue.
Traffic.
Exactly. Yes. Pamela, you were nodding your head as Jackie was speaking about those issues. I'm sure you've dealt with them.
I also was going to talk about the Lawyer for the Day program that we run through the probate court too. We also have lawyers who volunteer for general questions, not conciliation, at the probate court as well.
Oh, really?
And the probate court also, back in November 1st of 2018, now houses the Metro South Housing Court. And any and all evictions in Norfolk County, with the exception of Brookline cases, are held in Canton. They're held on Friday morning, and I'm really proud to say that our organization, from the day that the court opened, has staffed volunteer lawyers there. And what's really special about our program is that we generally don't just give the tenants attorneys that they can speak with, but we give the landlords an attorney to speak with. Everyone thinks that landlords are wealthy and that they have unlimited access
They're
to...
ogres, right?
Exactly, but a lot of them are in a two-family home, and this is a big issue for them, not getting paid and not having their own security. So we've been very instrumental in ensuring both landlord and tenant get representation. And although we can't take your case at that particular time, unless you would like to retain the lawyer, we can certainly give you some strategy, inform you of your exposure, inform you of your rights. And just what you said, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And leveling the playing field, I feel when you're armed with enough information to make a good decision, you walk away from the process feeling better.
It's a great point, and it really it speaks to the scales of justice, right?
It really does.
To make sure everybody is treated equally. Yeah.
Right, and talking about an awful time in your life
Right.
too is losing your home
Yes.
or where you live. So it's a very stressful time, but our lawyers are so well qualified and they're happy to assist you.
Yeah, it's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, and that's again first come, first serve on
Okay.
Friday mornings at the Metro South Housing Court.
In Canton now, right?
In Canton, correct.
Jackie, any other programs we should highlight?
We have various webinars that we offer to our members for development, professional development. There's one that we're going to be partaking in with the court for how you can navigate, again, the electronic, what the court is offering electronically.
Oh, very good.
Yes, so try and inform all of our members about that. And of course, our social programs. Last year, there has been a long tradition of a harbor cruise that we didn't partake in for the past couple of years because of obvious reasons. But we did resurrect it this past summer, and it was one of the most beautiful nights on the water. We had the sunrise, the sunset on one side, and the moon rising on the other. It was really spectacular. And then we're going to be having a fall social that we're putting together. So I'll be getting that information out to our members, and hopefully we'll see folks and get people to get used to getting back together.
Right, yeah. Are there regular meetings that the association holds?
Yes.
There are.
Absolutely. There are 3 council meetings a year per bylaws, and 1 annual meeting a year.
Okay.
Yes, and the council, there are 5 executive
Please
offices.
explain the government structure.
Sure.
Yeah.
There are 5 officers, a president-elect, a vice president, a secretary, and a treasurer.
Okay.
They all rotate on a 1-year term. And there are 15 council members who serve 3-year term.
Okay.
And so we gather at least 3 times a year for council meetings. And in May, we have our annual meeting, which is very social, but also to elect the new officer and new council members.
Sure. And I'm guessing you try and spread those out throughout the county every year?
The meetings,
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, we do try and do one on this side
Right.
and one on the other
It's a
side.
big county.
And yes, absolutely.
Was there, I think, 28 cities and towns in Norfolk County, something like that. So yeah, it's.
Yes.
I know the Register of Deeds, Bill O'Donnell, is famous for saying, from Brookline to Bellingham.
Yes. Oh, yes. That rings a bell.
Yes.
And at our annual meeting, we have a Person of the Year that we award. We also in May we have Law Day that takes place at the Superior Courthouse in Dedham, and we bestow a couple of awards at that time: the Amicus Curia Award and the
Pro bono.
Pro Bono, thank you, Pro Bono Award, and folks are honored at that day.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, very nice. It
Yes.
sounds like a very congenial group.
Yes, for sure.
With a stated purpose.
Purpose.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
Anything else? Do you utilize social media at all? Have you gone into the 21st century?
So yes, we
Okay.
have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Yes, we do, and we are modernizing our methods of communication rather than just by email. We're constant contact. We've got an account and sending out to folks that way, trying to get away from the snail mail as much as possible. So if I can implore our members to, if you haven't heard from me or seen something from me, to check your spam or your junk and
okay.
Move it on over to the inbox.
Check it as okie dokie.
Yes,
yeah?
please. Yes,
Okay.
please, because we're going to be saving some trees and some postage stamps and
Yes.
going electronic as much as possible.
Sure. Okay. Speaking of, you do have a website, Norfolk Bar, ASSN.
Yes.
.org.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So, and that's kept up to date. So, feel free to visit that for any information, but also call me anytime.
Okay, 617, no, 781, right?
Nope,
Oh,
617
617.
471
Yes.
9693.
Very good. And you have an office in Braintree Square.
Yeah, Washington Street.
Okay.
Yes, right on 420 Washington Street.
All right, and can folks come and visit you there?
Absolutely.
They can, okay.
Yeah, come anytime.
All right. Anything else we should let folks know about right now?
Join our association
Join,
if you
yeah.
haven't, and hope to see everyone at the legal clinic in Dedham on October 4th, 6 to 8 p.m.
In the district courthouse, right?
In the
Not
district
the Superior
court,
Courthouse.
that's
yeah.
correct.
Okay,
Correct.
it's across the street.
You're very familiar with our county.
Yes, I grew up in Dedham, so,
great.
so I should be. Yeah.
And this is membership drive.
Oh,
so
okay. How much does it cost, Jackie?
It for members that are over 5 years is $125, and for members under 5 and for government attorneys, it's $95.
Oh, okay. Very
yes, yes, and to be a part of our referral program, it's an additional $100.
good. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Great to talk to you both. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for
Hopefully,
having us.
you're
Thank
welcome.
you, Joe.
Hopefully,
It's
we've
my
informed
pleasure.
some folks and maybe get you some new members. Who knows?
Sounds
That'd be
great.
All right.
Take care.
And thank you for watching us here at AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. Please join us again next time.